What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode on the Relentless Life podcast. Coming at you guys live. I got Instagram pulled up. We got Facebook over here. Super excited for today's live. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 habits that you guys must be doing to take your life to the next level. These 3 habits are things that I partake in throughout my week. 2 of these habits I partake in every day. And the other one I do when I have the time or when I have the accessibility and the enclosure. We'll get into that. But I wanted to check in here. We're going to wait for some people to hop on here. And I'm super freaking excited, guys, for today because, I know I missed my time the last couple of days. I've been kind of slacking with the time, and I do apologize for that. I'm supposed to be here 1 p.m. every day. But sometimes with life, guys, things get fucking hectic. Things will throw you off. You'll have to make adjustments. But at the end of the day, it's about staying freaking consistent and staying on top of the fucking grind in the daily hustle. So we're going to wait for a couple people to check in here. And then we're going to get started with the podcast. We're going to get started with today's discussion on habits and why habits are just so important for overall just enjoyment, success, happiness, longevity. I've used habits, guys, not my entire life, but really my entire young adulthood. So since I went off to college, I really started to build strong habits, outside of the gym. A lot of people think that in order to make a transformation, it's about how much weight I'm lifting, how many times a week I'm going to the gym, and even what kind of foods I'm eating. Am I eating nutritious, highly nutrient-dense foods, having the right amount of fats and proteins and et cetera. But it really does come down to, guys, the accessory things that are around, the centerpiece, the staple pieces such as diet and exercise. And, those things include meditation. We're going to talk a little bit about meditation and the power of getting into the mind today. Also getting sun exposure. I just had a video that I put out on Instagram. It seemed to have gotten a lot of attention and attracted, some haters out there, but I'm okay with the haters because with the haters come more notoriety and more publicity, if you will. It's getting my message out there. So we got meditation, sun exposure, and then also cold plunges, the importance of, getting into a cold environment. What you can do that with cold showers. I like to do that every morning for a couple minutes. You can do that via cold plunges. I'm looking to invest in a big metal vat or metal tub, whatever you want to call it, to do weekly plunges. And I'm open to what's going on, Dave? What's going on, Kate? What's up, Ben? What's going on, guys? But I'm looking to invest, guys, into one of these and even maybe once or twice a week host a get together or an event, whether that's at my house or down in Fort Myers, and have people come over and partake in this because it's so important to understand that when we can put ourselves in an environment such as, enduring the cold, it does something to not only our minds, but our physiology as well. There's been proven health benefits. What's going on, Tony? What's up, Matt? What's up, guys? There's been proven health benefits, guys, with improving immune function and improving immune health, having better nervous system responses and neural connections and signaling patterns from our brains to our muscles and to our body. We have quicker firing motor neurons, their blood flow, ample amounts of increased awareness of blood flow and decreased blood pressure. Like taking cold showers there have been studies done on subjects that have partaken in cold showers, cold plunges, and then people who have just been the constant or whatever you would call it. And the people who took the cold showers or plunges, had a slight decrease in their blood pressure and whatever it was. And it's very remarkable that when you can partake consistently in habits, say like cold plunges or cold showers, that you can start to reap some of these health benefits over time of being consistent with it. And, I've noticed too, guys, that I've been very alert. I've been much more alert in my mornings, during my morning routine when I take a cold shower in comparison to not partaking in taking a cold shower. And, it's very powerful. And I suggest that's why I wanted to talk about it today, because I feel like, it is starting to evolve more and more on the internet. It's getting more traction, but not enough people are speaking on the importance and on the potential benefits that cold showers and cold plunges have to offer. And I have every one of my clients in the Relentless Life program doing cold showers, whether that's once a day or 3 times a week or whatever it is. But as they phase through my program, I introduce more and more cold exposure for a reason, because I know that's only going to amp their testosterone production. That's only going to, like I said, create better nervous and neural responses, right, to their exercises. And by eating an animal-based diet and incorporating that into the factors, that's going to help as well. So that's number one, the cold plunges, cold showers, shit like that. Number 2 is going to be the meditation aspect, right? We all know about meditation. And, when you think of meditation, you typically think of a monk, right? Sitting up on a mountaintop. That's at least what I think. Or in a shrine or in his temple and just, closing his eyes, not speaking. And it can be kind of a foreign concept. It can be something that's very strange to a lot of people. But what you have to consider is these monks, from not speaking and from just allowing the mind to be free, they're at complete peace and ease with who they are. And in today's society, with the fast-paced life that we live, we oftentimes get caught in our own head and we stand in our own way of being happy. And when we're not partaking in things like meditation and releasing, toxic energy or negative flow or negative vibes from our mind, what happens is that accumulates into abundance, and that eventually becomes who we are and, dictates really our future, because who we are in the present will be who we are in the future if we don't make a change to the present us. And that's exactly what meditation attacks. Is it allows us to be more aware and looks into the present Chance or the present Jose or Matt or Tony, and says, okay, I'm not happy. Why am I not happy? And then it starts to unravel things. It allows you to think more clearly on certain things, and you can let those thoughts kind of marinate, and then you can let those thoughts go. And it's a very powerful habit that I like to practice and have my clients practice. Really, at the minimum, you guys should be doing this once a day for at least 5 minutes every day. I like to do it in my mornings, and sometimes even before I go to bed, to kind of clear my mind prior to getting my day started, or clear my mind prior to going to bed. Because what we can do is we can prime our minds with positive thoughts before we go to bed. And by doing that, we're going to be setting up ourselves to have a good night's sleep, so that when we wake up, we're not going to be thinking about yesterday. We're going to be thinking about the present and what's to come, and what we want our future to look like, rather than sitting and soaking in the past. So that's habit number 2. So we got cold showers, cold plunges for number 1. For number 2, we have meditation. And then finally moving into number 3 is going to be getting a decent amount of sun exposure every day. I'd like to shoot for a minimum of 30 minutes every single day. Depending on your diet, your lifestyle, your cultural background, right? The amount of melanin that you have in your skin, the composure of your skin, right? The complexion of your skin is going to kind of dictate how much you should get every day. And regardless of your complexion, you can absolutely build on top of a base tan. And by doing this, you're going to not eliminate, but you're going to lower the risk of getting things like melanomas, certain skin cancers, stuff like that, by doing it in increments. So when I made my post the other day, and it just said my live video ended on Instagram, so that's just phenomenal. Anyways, I'm going to focus here now. That's okay. Things happen. Sometimes you have to keep going. But as I was saying, building up a strong base, building up a strong tan can eliminate things like, not eliminate, I'm sorry, I said it again, can significantly decrease your chance of getting melanomas, skin cancers and stuff like that, even with certain skin complexions. So what I like to tell people to do is go out in the early morning hours, right? Go sit outside from anywhere from 7 to 10 o'clock in the morning for maybe an hour or so. Absorb those low UV index light rays early morning, or late afternoon, anywhere from 5, 6 to like 7, 8 o'clock at night, depending on where you're at. And what you can do is build up a very slow but strong base of melanin in your skin complexion, and then you'll be able to get more sun over time. And as you guys know, sun is the best form of vitamin D. Vitamin D is very important for testosterone production, is very important for other hormonal and endocrine systems and processes within our body. And this is something that I feel many people, especially Americans, are missing out on due to a sedentary lifestyle or working in an office, being told that the sun causes skin cancer. So people are afraid of the sun. They're now putting on all these carcinogenic sunscreens, and that's being burned. Those toxins and those chemicals are being burned into our skin, and that is really what's causing skin cancer. And obviously what I say, guys, take it with a grain of salt. Like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. I understand that. However, I've done my own extensive amount of research to see and to notice significant differences in my own life to tell you guys it's practical. And when you can do these things in increments, you will see a massive benefit in your life. These are things that are going to take you to the next level. So obviously anything in extreme is going to be bad. It could have negative things associated with those actions. I'm not saying to go outside and sit in the sun 8 hours a day. I'm not saying that, even though our ancestors would do that, but they would cover up with things like mud, and they would try to get shade, and they would try, depending on their cultural origin. But obviously, like I said, anything in extreme is not good. So to cover our bases today, guys, and wrap this podcast up, try to make it short and quick for you guys, straight to the value. Number one is going to be those cold showers, cold plunges. Make sure you guys are hitting these at least 3-4 times a week. I would strive to be doing one cold shower and a few cold plunges. One cold shower every day throughout the week and a few cold plunges throughout your week periodically. 2 to 3 minutes for the showers and maybe 5 to 10 minutes for the plunges. This is going to help significantly with improving neural function, immune system function, possibly reducing blood pressure, increasing blood flow to certain muscular groups, recovery from the gym or from certain sport injuries. And then number 2 is going to be meditation. The power of meditation is allowing our thoughts to calm down and putting ourselves into a more calm state to be more aware of what's actually going to make us happy. And number 3 is getting sun, and getting sun as often as you can without being an extremist. Getting sun is going to increase significantly vitamin D synthesis to help regulate certain endocrine and hormonal systems and processes within our body to allow us to thrive the way our ancestors did many years ago. I hope that helped. If this helped you guys, if you're going to implement, I want to hear it in the comments. Shoot some fire emojis. If you guys are hearing this on replay, I want you to hashtag replay. Let me know how you guys like this episode so I can further refine my message in the future. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in today. It's my pleasure. I love getting on here and letting you guys know what I'm doing, what I'm having my clients doing, what's working for them, and what best suits our lives. Everyone's different. Everyone's going to take these habits the way that they want to. But if you start to implement, remember, success like speed, you're going to see massive changes in your life. Till next time, stay consistently relentless. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Let's freaking go.